So this is 338th day of my Chandigarh to Australia cycling trip. Right now I'm in Kodaikanal. It is really amazing here. So Jyoti and Pandi, they were here who were taking care of me.
Does she look like 55? She looks like a young lady. I respect her a lot because she's really very kind and hardworking, and always that smile which she has on her face. Thank you so much. It was nice meeting.
All the best.
Yeah, thank you.
Kaniraj is a man who is running this property and he has given me the shelter for 10 days.
I was able to survive from the bad health condition just because of this man. You will miss me and I'll miss you a lot. So thank you so much, bro. And let me tell you, he has a the White House cottage here in Kodaikanal. So whenever you come and stay here, this is a beautiful property of this wonderful person. Okay, Kenny bro. Bye. Safe journey.
So let's start the journey. It was around 10 o'clock when I packed everything and started riding. The first shock which came to me that the brakes were not working at all.
No brakes. Brakes are not working at all. Brakes are not working.
When you leave from this property, so they just steep down of almost 500 meters. I have to hold my bicycle with my body so that it doesn't go straight because brakes were very minimal.
Well man, I'm going downhill and none of the brake is working. It's not stopping with full force also. Oh my gosh, how am I going to go? It's complete downhill today. Oh goodness, that's so pathetic.
The moment I covered that 500 meter of distance,
With lots of problem, I have come down from this steepest part of the route. This is a road, but let me tell you, I think I'll not be able to enjoy the downhill. The brake conditions are really bad and this is very dangerous at the same time. Hope for the best. I need to find a shop and get rid of this problem. I cannot solve this, I think.
very slowly with lots of efforts, pushing lots of brake with my both the hands, I was able to take my bicycle almost 5 kilometers with lots of difficulties. And this was the time when I realized, no, it's almost impossible to ride a bicycle like this.
I have come 5 kilometers and this is a hairpin bend. This made me realize that I should not take a risk on such a steep down.
So I called one of my friend. He said, you change the brake shoe pad because the contamination is there on the shoe pads.
So I'll be changing disc brake pads. Let's see if they are going to help. I'll put the new one. I have a backup available. Take everything down and then do it.
I took off everything from my bicycle and I opened it.
So looking at the new one, I can realize that this is almost gone. So might be that is why the brakes were not working. So this is a new one. I'll be changing. Luckily दो है मेरे पास. नई चीज ढूंढते ढूंढते पहुंच गया. बेटा मैं रिपेयर कर रहा हूँ. अबे वो सर्फ है. सर्फ क्यों ले जा रहा है मेरा? कम से कम इधर तो फेंकता, मेरे को उठाने नहीं जाना पड़ना था. नालायक बंदर. Though the contamination is not visible on the disc, but still for a safer side I'm cleaning it with some washing powder. I observed that on the front wheel there is lots of oil which I need to clean. So I'll clean it first, then change the disc pad. Front one, check how bad the condition was. I think now it will work fine.
It was an effort of almost an hour. It was around 11:30. After changing it, when I tested, it was really working perfectly fine.
Test ride done. It is working fine, I think. So let's load and start. So 11:43. Almost 1 hour gone on this.
I was very happy that finally I will be able to enjoy the downhill from here onwards. This was the time when I got a call from Kenny bro and he said, you have forgot your laptop. This is the second time I am forgetting my laptop somewhere. And let me tell you, the place where I am, this property where I was staying, is a complete uphill and I had no intention to ride back. When I requested him if he can send it, he said there is nobody, I have to go myself, and that was really unfortunate. So I was thinking how to go back. So I saw a shop. I asked the owner if I can leave my bicycle here. I'm going back to Kodaikanal. I forgot my laptop. She allowed me to keep my bicycle there.
So what I'm doing, I'm leaving my bicycle here at this shop and I'm going with him, taking a lift to that place. What's your name, sir?
My name is Jay Singh.
Jay Singh, thank you so much for the help.
So this is how I managed to go up to 3 kilometers to Kodaikanal. So remaining 2 kilometers of distance was there. So I was walking roadside waiting for a lift. I tried to stop few of the riders, but they didn't stop or they were going somewhere else.
2 more to go. Let's see if I find another one.
And see my luck once again. I found Bharat, who is the younger brother of Kenny bro himself. I saw him.
Hi. Little lift. Going.
Come.
Oh, that's great. Good, man. I found you at the right time.
Okay.
It was a very surprising and pleasant accidental meeting. So he took me to the property, I took my bag, I said goodbye to everyone, and when I wanted to come down, Bharat said that he will drop me to the place, and he dropped me to complete 5 kilometer where my bicycle was parked. So look at this incident, right? If my bicycle would have been in a good condition, I would not supposed to have changed the brake and repair it, which took almost 1 hour. So I must have gone almost 20 kilometer in an hour, and then it would have been very difficult to come back and take my laptop back. So look at the planning what God is doing for me. At every moment, God was helping me in taking the lift from point A to point B to point C. Amazing. So now my bicycle was in a great condition. I started riding, I was enjoying the downhill, and I covered that 12 kilometer of distance in very less time. So there is a place, you go straight, you will go to Madurai, and if you take a left turn, you will go to Palani. So my plan was to go to Palani and stay there tonight. So when you take a U-turn, initially after 2, 3, 4 kilometers, the climb starts once again.
Climb, man. Okay. It's getting hot also. Oh God, come on, loads of climb. Push, baby.
It was taking lots of efforts of me. I believe that climbing on mountains with a heavy bicycle is the toughest task to do. So I was feeling tired most of the time. So I was taking break after few hundred meters of climb. When I felt tired around 2 o'clock, I sat down roadside.
Taken a break, eating this thing which was with me since almost 15 days now. It's almost got dry. I will finish both of them. ये बेर भी 10-12 दिन से मेरे पास है, इनको भी खा लेता हूँ. लाल हो गए, कुछ तो खराब भी होने लगे हैं, तो I'll check के खराब ना हो. जो ठीक है वही खाऊंगा. I'm climbing from 1100 to 1800, so 700 meters climb, and then the downhill will come.
I wanted to have something, but there was no shop nearby. I thought of drinking sattu, but I got a surprise on that.
Today this grinder is not working. I don't know why. But one good thing happened, when I tried to mix it with the spoon, I could see lots of insects. When the grinder was working, it used to grind everything and mix everything. Because of that, I could not see them and I used to drink. Now when I'm mixing it with the spoon, then I realize that it's no more can be used.
From now onwards, I don't have sattu to drink as an energy drink. I started riding once again. It was really a climb, but the views were really beautiful.
Life of a cyclist is not easy. When you are in the plains, on the coastal roads, headwind makes you suffer. When you are on mountain, so the climb makes you suffer. It's so painful. I'm waiting eagerly for the downhill to reach Palani. Palani is 38 kilometers now.
With lots of efforts, I was enjoying the ride.
See where I have reached. Look at the mountains. Little foggy, but this is the peak, I believe. That is the road over there. Can you see that peak? So we'll be crossing it and then the downhill will start. It's a long distance to go. So I have to climb that highest peak there. And then the downhill will start. And it's all climb which I'm doing right now. Earlier it was so high, so far, and now it's so close. I'm at the level of it. Soon taking this road, I'll reach there.
So finally I reached to a place where from the complete 42 kilometer downhill will start. So I was very happy that after lots of efforts, finally I'm at the peak and I will enjoy the downhill now. So I started riding downhill after having a cup of tea. There I met two guys, Darshan and Nitish. We had a great conversation. Nitish is working there in Chandigarh, so it was a direct connect. I said them bye, and it was the time when I started enjoying the downhill journey from this point onwards. If I tell you about the route from Kodaikanal or this place to the Palani is basically a steep down. There's an altitude which you are losing in few kilometers of ride, so it's a steep down in that way, and it's lots of curves and hairpin bands are there. So because of that, I had to keep my brakes on most of the time.
So I have stopped to show you the kind of down it is going, and there are lots of hairpin bands like this. There are many and it's very steep. What is happening technically, my hands, they are very much in pain because of holding the brakes for a longer time. In a bike, you can put it on gear and then it helps, by creating that resistance. But on a bicycle, it doesn't happen. You have to rely on the brakes only, and that is what I'm doing. So my hands are right now in pain, and you can see the kind of down it is.
There were very few places where I I could leave the brake and enjoy the free ride without braking much, because there were lots of U-turns, there were lots of hairpin bends.
I was on the level of those mountains earlier when I recorded last time. Now I have come down and look at the size of the mountains from here. I'm losing the elevation currently.
Overall, the journey was fun and I was really confident on my bicycle and the new brake system. I was having fun all the time. When I covered around 20 kilometers of the distance, I realized that brakes are getting loose. I was not doubting on the brake pads because I've changed them in the morning, and one brake pad can go up to a year or so. Why the brakes are loose? I thought it might be the wire which is getting loose when I'm holding the brakes for a longer time.
Currently 1200 meter of altitude, and continuously I'm keeping the brakes on because it's so steep to come down using this road. Earlier the level of the lever was here this much. Now it has reached here. I don't know, this is the wire which is getting loose or the brake pads which are gone, completely getting finished. I really don't understand it. I need to check, and still I have to go 30 kilometers more.
At a point of time, I stopped outside. It was around 5 o'clock when I tightened the brakes and started my ride again. This was the time when I started having a feeling that my brake system are not that effective as it was few minutes ago. I was pressing them very hard and they were not working very fine, and I was really not having a doubt that the brake pads are finished by now. I was thinking that there is some other reason or there's some other problem. So now this part where I'm riding is getting steeper and steeper because I'm approaching to the city, which is not far, almost 20 kilometers. Also, there were lots of turns on this part of the road. I was applying lots of force on the brakes so that I can keep my bicycle in control on that steep downhill. The good thing was the brakes were working till the time. Those were working with effort. After riding almost 5 kilometers, I realized the speed of my bicycle is increasing, and I also realized that the brakes are no more working. Despite of holding them very tight and trying to stop my bicycle, it was not stopping. In a way, it was getting out of my control. Now I wanted to stop it somewhere, but let me tell you, I was not able to stop. I was literally shouting on my bicycle, stop, stop, stop. Go slow, slow, stop, stop. I was shouting it out of fear because bicycle was not stopping at all. I wanted it to stop. My bicycle was just going zoom kind of a sound, and they were turns, so I was not able to hold it on that kind of a speed. I tried to stop my bicycle using my legs many times, but it was almost impossible to stop a bicycle using your feet, your legs force, because it was going very, very fast. There was a time when I literally started shouting on my bicycle, why are you not stopping? Stop, stop, stop. But it was not stopping, and it was going on a very, very fast speed. Most of the time I was riding on the middle or on the right hand side of the road because the turn were very sharp and I cannot keep my bicycle left. Imagine if a vehicle is coming from front and I'm in the middle and I have no control on my bicycle and it's going on a very fast speed. That kind of collision which happens this way, what will happen to my bicycle and to me at the same time? I was really afraid and I was literally praying. I thought of jumping from my bicycle many times at that point, but it was not at all possible to jump from a bicycle on such a speed. It was just rushing, and I was trying to bend and so that I can turn it. I used to bend on my bicycle like this and bend on like this so that I can have a control over it and I can turn till the time it is possible. So I was able to do it for initial 5-6 turns.